Hey everyone, welcome back to DevOps Easy Learning. And in today's episode, you will learn how to create your own custom AMI image, otherwise called Amazon Machine Image. Now, this is super useful when you want to launch EC2 instances that already have your tools, your packages and settings and everything pre-installed in it. It's a game changer for automation. Now, what is an AMI? Let's go to the AWS documentation and see what it tells us an AMI is. It says an Amazon machine image is an image that provides the software that is required to set up and boot an Amazon EC2 instance. Now, think of it like a snapshot or a template of an EC2 instance. When you configure a server with all the required software and packages, you can turn it into a custom AMI. You hear people sometimes call it golden images. That way, you don't repeat the setup every time. You just have a ready image that you can use to launch and create a new EC2 instance. Example or cases where this is very useful is when we have a golden image with pre-installed Apache, Python, and monitoring tools in them. And it provides consistency across auto-scaling instances. So, and it's pretty good when we're dealing with disaster recovery, when we're talking about backing up of an image of a running workload, like you have a server or a machine, a critical infrastructure. You want to, from time to time, set up a backup of the image of that server so that if for whatever reason the server goes down, you have a backup that is ready to be spun up immediately. Now, I want to show you guys this diagram just to give you guys a little bit more idea of what it is. So we will be creating an EC2 instance. And after creation of the EC2 instance, we are going to create a custom AMI from that EC2 instance. Now, then we will use that AMI in a launch template. We've already talked about launch templates in our previous video. If you haven't watched that video, please go back to watch that video again. But we will be using our launch template to spin up more consistent EC2 servers, either manually or you can even use it like in our previous series video. Use the launch template with your auto scaling groups. Now, without wasting too much time, let's jump on the console and see how we can create some new AMIs, custom AMIs ourselves. So let me go in here and I'm going to launch a new EC2 instance. So click this, follow the normal step for launching an EC2 instance. Give it a name. I will call this one my AMI server, and I would give it the launch Amazon Linux 2 and T2 Micro. And I'm not going to use a key pair. You know what? Let's create a key pair for this one. Let's just create a new key pair and name this one AMI key. AMI key, create that key, and it's been downloaded here. That's fine. Cool, cool, cool. Now, a second. Okay, we're going to use our default VPC and we're going to pick an existing security group. I don't want to be creating new security group every time. So I'm going to click this one that says web server SG, select that. I believe it has the HTTP protocol set in there. And just for shits and giggles, I'm going to just add my instance role here. Because as you guys know, in this class, we always prefer using instance role as a means of connecting to it. Now, while we are here, I'm going to go down and user data. We already talked about this in our previous classes. If you haven't watched our previous recording on user data, please go and look at those videos before you come back here so you can understand what we're doing right here. I'm just going to paste this script right here and then I'm going to click launch instance. Now, give it a few more seconds. Our instance is up and running. When the instance is fully provisioned, we will come back and continue from here. EC2 instance is up and running. Let's go in here. Let's connect and see what we have in there. All right. So I'm going to run sudo yum, um, no, sudo system. Let's check because we already installed it. Sudo system status httpd, and it is up and running. That is good. So let's install some other packages. Sudo yum install git. Let's install net tools. Let's install Docker, and let's see. Let's install these packages for now. So we are basically building an EC2 instance that has everything that we need. So when we create an AMI of it, the new EC2 instance should have all this package already installed. So if I say, um, let's check the git dash dash version, and you can see git is installed. I can say Docker, and you can see I have the Docker command here, which is good. So which means we have Docker and git installed as well as httpd. Now let's create an AMI image of this EC2 instance. So we don't have to run all these commands next time we want an EC2 instance. We can just use one that has everything that we need. And how do you go about creating a custom AMI? Let me show you guys. So you're just going to select that EC2 instance, and you go to action, and you go to image templates right here, and you see where it says create image. You're going to click this, and let's give the image a name. I'm going to say my custom Apache AMI, and for description I'm going to say fully provisioned Git, Docker, and Apache server, AMI server. Let's gonna name it like this. Now, with this, that's all you need to do. It's gonna ask you about whether you want to choose to whether to reboot. I'm going to say yes. Where is that? Yeah, delete on termination. Please, sure, of course, please delete the termination, and reboot instance when selected, and Amazon EC2 reboots the instance so that the data is at rest when snapshots of the attached volumes are taken. This ensures data consistency. Please make sure you always select this as well. Now, with that done, we're going to click create image, and this would create a custom image for us. You can see currently creating an AMI image from the instance. Check that AMI status available before deleting the instance or carrying out other actions related to this AMI. So let's give it a few more seconds, and then we are going to go to the EC2 services still, and under images, you're going to see AMIs right here. You're going to select that. And when you select that, you're going to see the one that says owned by me. Make sure you click the owned by me. That's how you see your custom AMI. As you can see, our custom AMI that we just created is right here. And it has this name belonging to this account. And the thing about AMI is this, you can also share this AMI with another AWS account or another region. So even though you created it right here, you can actually share it with other AWS account. And all you need to do is just click copy AMI, and then it will ask you where you want to copy and where you want to paste it. You decide and choose where you want to do that and go. For right now, I can see the status says it's still pending, so it's not fully provisioned yet. Let's give it a few more seconds for it to become available, and then I will show you guys how you can use this AMI to launch another EC2 instance. See, still pending. All right, we'll wait a few more seconds, and then we can proceed to launching a new EC2 instance with that AMI. Right. So after about 2 to 3 minutes of waiting, we can see now that our custom AMI is now available. So now let's see how we can create a new EC2 instance that has all the packages and everything within the Apache web server installed in it from this AMI. And it's as simple as this. To launch a new EC2 instance from this AMI, you select the AMI and you go to action, and you see where it says, uh, sorry, my bad. So you select the AMI and you click launch instance from AMI. When you click this, it's going to bring you to this page. And I'm going to say custom server AMI, and you can see it already has some of the things that we used from the previous one already populated in there. You can now choose the security group you want to choose. Let's say we want to use, I'm going to take this one for instance now, and then I'm going to make sure I select the AMI that I want to use, the instance role, I mean, and with that, I'm going to click launch and proceed and launch. Now, all that is all we need to do. We didn't have to go through the whole process of selecting the type of AMI we're going to use for an EC2 instance. We just said use this existing AMI that we already used before to create a previous one. Use that one to create a new one. As you can see, the new one is already here working. We're going to give it a few more seconds for it to actually run its cloud initialization state, and then we would SSM into this instance and see if it has all the packages that we installed in the previous one already pre-installed in it. And if we can do that, we know we're successful and we would have, met our target for today. So I think this at this point should be ready. I'm going to click connect and SSM into that instance. And first and foremost, I'm going to check if we have Git installed in it. So I'm going to say Git dash dash version. And as you can see, it comes with Git, Docker dash dash version. And you can see Docker as well is already there. So sudo yum sudo system ctl status httpd, and we have an active web server. So you can see from the AMI image that we created from the previous EC2 instance, we're able to launch a new EC2 instance that has all these packages already pre-installed in it. And boom, guys, that's how we do it. So you can now use this in your auto scaling group as well, to maintain consistency across all your different servers. So some pro tips here: use AMIs for golden image strategy in your DevOps pipeline. When you have an image that you want already pre-installed with all the packages that you need for your pipeline, use a golden image that you've already created of an EC2 instance that is working, or of an existing server that is working fine. You can create an AMI image of it and use that to call that AMI image in your pipeline. And you can easily find that AMI under the images AMI. You select that, you go to AMIs owned by me, and when you look right here, you see it as an AMI ID. This AMI ID can be used in this region only, but like I said, you can actually share this with other regions. It's as simple as selecting that AMI, go into action and see copy AMI, and you actually what region you want to copy it to. You select whatever region you want to copy to, and this AMI will be available when you click copy AMI for that other region as well. Now, when you've done that, you can now use it in your automation script. Now, periodically, try to patch and recreate this AMI's image with updated packages, because remember, from time to time, you need to update the servers that you have your application running in them. And when you update those servers or you store new packages in them, you want to create a new AMI of that old server that has been upgraded. Use automation like Packer to generate AMIs regularly. So Packer is a very useful open source software tool that you can use with Terraform to create and spin up new AMIs. And guys, with that, I think we've covered everything we need to know about creating custom AMI. So you just built your own very first custom AMI if you followed me in this tutorial. This is one of the most powerful ways to automate EC2 provisioning. And in the next episode, we will explore how to backup and restore EC2 instance using snapshots and the AWS backup service. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more hands-on AWS training. And thank you all for spending your time with me today. And I'll see you guys in the next series. Thank you.